Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolfe Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Today we're trying America's favorite canned mystery meat sausages. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you simply just haven't lived life yet. But what I'm referring to is Vienna sausages, also known as Vienna weenies. At least that's what we called them growing up in North Carolina. Vienna sausages are the perfect snack for any time. Camping, hunting, fishing, church, the movie theaters, work meetings, etc. Wherever the hell you want to eat them. But the Vienna sausages we're trying today aren't the typical ones we're used to eating cold straight out of the can. These are Armour's new Heat and Eat Vienna Bites. They have two flavors, the original and the barbecue flavor. And regardless of the flavor, this just seems like a really bad idea. And I say that from experience. I've pan-fried and deep-fried Vienna sausages before, and both versions were absolutely disgusting. It was literally like a warm meat milkshake when you bit into them. Well, I guess then it would be a meat shake. I can hear it now. Gather around, everyone. Grab your straw and let's enjoy our meat shakes. So I'm praying to the processed meat gods, this won't be the case today. So let's go over the 7.25 ounce can of the original flavor Heat and Eat Vienna Bites, which costs $1.28. These are tasty sliced Vienna sausages in chicken broth. They come in a convenient microwavable cup with the same classic flavor. They're great for snacking at home or on the go. So here's the ingredient list, and they appear to be the same as the regular Vienna sausages. If you see any differences, please let me know in the comments. The serving size is the whole 7.25 ounce can, which has 200 calories, 16 grams of total fat, 5 grams of saturated fat, 100 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,160 milligrams of sodium, 2 grams of carbohydrates, no fiber, less than 1 gram of sugars, and 10 grams of protein. Now I've put the nutritional facts for the smaller 4.6 ounce can, which is almost half the size of the Heat and Eat can. The smaller can has 2 servings, more calories, more fat, more cholesterol, more sodium, and more protein. How does that work? That just seems odd to me that the smaller can has 2 servings versus 1 serving in the almost double-sized 7.25 ounce can, and more nutrition. And the bigger can costs 2 times more than a little can, which would normally make sense, but I'm just baffled at those numbers. If one of you, the people, could explain this to me, I'd certainly appreciate it. Now let's go over the 7.25 ounce barbecue flavor Vienna Bites, which also cost $1.28. Tasty sliced sausages and a tangy barbecue sauce. Convenient microwave cup, same classic barbecue flavor. Great for snacking at home or on the go. And here's the ingredient list. The serving size is the whole 7.25 ounce bowl, which has 250 calories, 17 grams of total fat, 5 grams of saturated fat, 100 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,170 milligrams of sodium, 13 grams of carbohydrates, less than 1 gram of fiber, 9 grams of sugars, and 10 grams of protein. And once again, there's 2 servings in the smaller 4.6 ounce can, and the nutritional information is higher in most cases. That's just odd to me. The instructions are the same for both cans. Remove the metal lid, replace with plastic lid, microwave on high for 1 minute, rest for another minute, and enjoy. I figured you, the people, didn't really want to see the cans being opened, so I left it out and microwaved them, and now it's time to eat. Starting with the original flavor, and it looks just like a can of cut up Vienna weenies. Note to self, the reason they look like a can of cut up Vienna sausages is because they are a can of cut up Vienna sausages, but steaming hot. Mrs. Wolfe Pit wanted to be all fancy and put them on an hors d'oeuvre plate for you, the people. So Mrs. Wolfe Pit shanked one like a prison snitch, and it just looks like a simple Vienna sausage, just hot instead of cold. The only difference I really noticed was it was firmer than a normal Vienna sausage, which is quite the contrary to when I pan-fried or deep-fried the Vienna sausages. They turned to mush. So I made a huge mistake and I tried the broth. And if you've ever been out in the ocean and you get a mouthful of salt water and you swallow it and you get it in your nose and it just drives you bonkers, well, that's exactly what this chicken broth tasted like. But I have a secret weapon to doctoring up Vienna sausages. When I eat Vienna sausages, I usually drain the liquid out of the can and then fill it full of apple cider vinegar. So we didn't have any apple cider vinegar on hand, so I used a little bit of rice wine vinegar, and it served the same purpose as the apple cider vinegar, just a little bit sweeter. So here's my thoughts on Armour's Heat and Eat Vienna Bites, the original flavor. I don't really know what to say, because I love Vienna sausages, and these tasted just like Vienna sausages, just hot. The texture did hold up better than the ones I pan-fried and deep-fried. Heated up, they were no better than they are straight out of the can. If this was a normal can of Armour Vienna sausages, I'd give them a 10 out of 10. But personally, I don't like the whole marketing scheme of a heat and eat Vienna sausages because it's nothing different than what you're already buying. You're trying to fix something that's not broken. If you want to do something, be unique about it. Make different sauces for them. Turn the heat and eat ones into a meal with some kind of rice or pasta. And some vegetables or something. One idea I can see on the grocery store shelf right now. Armour Vienna Bites Jambalaya. Or another one. Armour Vienna Bites Chili. Or something like that. Be creative. And I also don't understand the discrepancy in the serving size and the nutrition facts between the big can and the small can. They're opposite of what they should be. So Armour's Heat and Eat Vienna Bites gets an 8 out of a 10 from me. Now let's try the barbecue flavor Vienna Bites. And again, Mrs. Wolfe wanted to class up the act and also put these on an hors d'oeuvre plate for you, the people. I explained to her that if you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. And I'm not really sure she understood that or not, but I got my usual shut up response. So instead of trying one of the Vienna Bites first, we went in for a spoonful of the barbecue sauce. And unfortunately, it tasted like ocean water with a couple drops of barbecue sauce in it. But one thing did stand out, that wonderful artificial smoke flavor that nobody likes. It almost tastes like you're licking the bottom of an ashtray. So we went in to try one of the barbecue flavored Vienna Bites. So both Mrs. Wolfe and I tried a barbecue flavored Vienna Bite. The barbecue sauce with the sausage was a moot point. You couldn't taste it at all. But again, the sausage was much firmer than when I pan-fried and deep-fried them. And let's just say, Mrs. Wolfe is a big fan of the barbecue-flavored Vienna sausages, but the Heat and Eat Vienna Bites, she's definitely not a fan of. Her response was, "These are gross." Which I personally think that was a little bit of an overreaction, but that's her opinion. I don't think they were gross, I just didn't think they were very good. So I'm giving Armour's barbecue-flavored Heat and Eat Vienna Bites a 6 out of 10. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.